Downing, swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. The fireworks are going. Henry Aaron is coming around third. His teammates are at home plate. And listen to this crowd.
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. I hope that you guys did enjoy that intro clip. Hank Aaron is one of the most underappreciated players in the history of baseball, because when people talk about the greatest players of all time, almost no one brings up Hank Aaron, but I think he's in the same class as Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., and Willie Mays, but maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? Gary Sanchez might be primed for a big 2019. We know he's going to strike out a lot. We know he's not going to hit for the highest average, but I think that Gary Sanchez, if he continues this on for a couple years, he can be one of the best power hitting catchers of all time, and he proved this yesterday by hitting 3 home runs in a single game. The only downside about this clip was the fact that no one was on base, so it was 3 home runs but only 3 RBIs. So we're gonna go ahead and roll those 3 home runs right now. I might have to shorten them up just a little bit, because if you guys don't know, I sometimes have issues with these videos and them getting copyright claimed by Major League Baseball. But someone left me a comment in the comment section yesterday saying that they hate how I talk about Aaron Judge hitting 2 home runs but then I only show 1. Well, that's the reason why. Sometimes there's issues with copyright, so I try to condense them. That's why. But without further ado, hopefully I can show you all 3. Here you go.
That one is crushed to left field. High drive. Did he get enough? Going back, Smith. Track. Wall. See ya. Another home run for Sanchez.
Again, if Gary Sanchez can hit for 275, 280, get you 30, 35 home runs, that is absolutely elite at the catcher's position. But there was other players on the Yankees that went off as well. Gleyber Torres had a home run, Clint Frazier with 4 for 4. So again, all you Yankees fans out there, I know that you have a bunch of injuries, but the best part about your team is you guys have great management and a great scouting system. So even if someone goes down, someone's going to come back up and they're going to fill in the void. You guys are going to be fine. So now that we have our Yankees talk out the way, and we've already brought up Hank Aaron and how he hit that home run in 1974, now it is time to talk about something that should be a little bit controversial, because I know a lot of you guys watching right now will like this bat flip or this pimp job, whatever you guys want to call it, and half of you will not like this. But we're going to deep dive into it in just a second. But before we do that, I have to show you home run number 1, because Derek Dietrich hit this ball a long way into the river, and then he did it a second time, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Roll it.
So now the batter, Derek Dietrich, who's filling in for Votto, and how about this? Way back into right center field, and Dietrich is homered for the second time. The man sitting in for Votto, who's filling in for Votto, and how about...
The first thing I have to say is, yes, that was a disrespectful pimp, but guess what? I'm a fan of disrespectful pimps, but you know why? Because the same pitcher that gave up that home run is Chris Archer. You know what Chris Archer does? He does this right here. I'm not going to roll the music or anything like that because it will get copyrighted. But this dude strikes out people when he misses his spot. Like literally, he still struck him out, and then he was going crazy. He's backpedaling. He's doing all of this different stuff. So why is what Derek Dietrich did any different than what Chris Archer does on a daily basis? I just don't understand the logic there. It's like an eye for an eye. It's the same thing. It's fun. I want to see Chris Archer go crazy. I want to see Derek Dietrich pimp a home run that he hit into a river. I want to see that stuff. So if you guys don't feel the same way, let me know in the comment section down below. This just brings a lot of passion to me, because I feel like if we had more guys like Bryce Harper and Derek Dietrich and just doing things that you don't normally see, I think it adds more fun to the game. I think your job as a baseball player, Pete Rose said it best, his job as a baseball player is to entertain the fans. The fans could spend their money on any other thing that they choose. They could buy a PS4 for their kids. They can go to Disneyland. No, they spend their hard-earned money to go watch you play a game, and you better show up and you better have some fun. Seeing Derek Dietrich gets me my money's worth. Seeing Chris Archer go absolutely crazy gets me my money's worth. As Mike Trout said, let the kids play. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna go ahead and roll the brawl that happened, and then also we'll go ahead and roll the second Derek Dietrich home run, because he pimped it. He hit it in the exact same spot. But the one thing I want to say is he hit this off my boy Nick Kingham. Nick, if you're watching this, man, you're probably not. Love you, man. But this was a really cool moment, and I have to show you guys. So first we have the brawl. Yasiel Puig going against the entire Pirates team. Derek Dietrich and his second home run. And before we roll into the next topic, let me know, guys. Do you like what Derek did, or do you hate it? It's up to you.
And he's going to add to both of those totals. Wow. Almost the same place, and that might have gone to the river on the fly. A pair of home runs in the game today, both into the Allegheny. And all of a sudden, the Reds are back in this thing. It's 7-5.
All right, guys, so we are moving on over to the next team. We will be talking about the Atlanta Braves. Dansby Swanson has started off the year pretty hot. I'm hoping that he has a really good 2019. Freddie Freeman also put the team on his back, so we're going to go ahead and roll the Freeman home run as well as the Dansby Swanson walk-off because the NL East is going to be a crazy division. The Nationals, they're not doing very well right now. The Phillies are, I think, 5-2 or maybe even 6-2. The Braves are going to be good, so I'm excited to see all the standings going forward because it's going to be a crazy 2019.
Freeman tries to spoil the shift and launches one deep left. That ball's going to carry right on out of here. Swing and a drive, and Dansby walks him off. History does repeat itself in the ninth, and Atlanta beats Miami 4-3.
So in just a second, guys, I'm going to break away from all the home runs and all the action. I do want to show you some nasty pitches. I want to show you some really cool web gems. But before we do that, Mike Trout just hit his 5th home run in 4 games. So that now makes it 4 consecutive games with the home run. And I am so envious of you Angels fans because you are literally watching one of the best players that has ever stepped on the diamond. If you think back to Abner Doubleday when supposedly he created the game of baseball to present day 2019, Mike Trout is in the same class as Barry Bonds. The guys that we talked about at the beginning of the video, Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Babe Ruth, all the other guys that we talked about. Mike Trout will end up in that conversation. I can promise you that. So anyways, before I get too hyped up, this has been a pretty passionate episode so far. We've talked about Hank Aaron and the fact that he should be considered top 5. Then we have the Yankees. Then we have the Brawl. And then we have Mike Trout being just the GOAT. He is the absolute greatest. So I'm going to show you guys his home run. This ball was smoked. It was a missile. I'm so jealous of you Angels fans.
Birds 0-1. That is drilled out to deep left field. He's done it again. Gone! Big fly for Mike Trout. 6-2 Halos to make that.
Now, one thing I will say I'm not jealous of is the playoff success because we know the Angels have not made the playoffs in quite some time. But still, the fact that you have the greatest player possibly of all time on your team, that's something to hold on to. Now what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to take a break from talking. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a few clips in a row. We have a Louis Trevino nasty pitch. We have Nolan Arenado doing his thing. A few other web gems. Take a look.
Strike 3 called. Correa knew it. Bent him back.
He said, how about this? And watch Correa. This says it all. Buckle.
And a line drive base hit to left field. Gonzalez to third. It's being waved tall. And the throw to the plate by McCutchen is in time.
And it was Darryl Strawberry-like. Oh, my. Wow. What a great play by Nolan Arenado. It seems like it happens every night when Nolan Arenado takes away a base hit. I mean, it does not get any better than that. Brooks Robinson-like.
Just like Mike Trout might become one of the greatest players of all time, I think Nolan Arenado is on that same track. If we talk about the greatest third basemen of all time, we have Chipper Jones, Mike Schmidt, Brooks Robinson. I think Nolan Arenado is coming up there. I mean, Adrian Beltre is now in that class as well. Nolan Arenado is no joke. Speaking of players who are no joke, Cody Bellinger is coming for blood in his 3rd season. He's up to 7 home runs already. Check it out.
And it is spectacular. Oh! As was that swing by Cody Bellinger. Santa Maria! Oh my goodness!
Oh, and you thought that was good? Let's go ahead and roll a clip from the 2018 National League MVP, Christian Yelich, who is also coming for his crown yet again because now I think it's neck and neck between Cody Bellinger. Well, I think Cody Bellinger is in the lead right now, but Christian Yelich is not too far behind in the MVP department, at least in terms of like the early season favorites. It's going to be fun to watch Bellinger and Yelich go at it because I think the Dodgers are going to be a playoff team, the Brewers are going to be a playoff team, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So Christian Yelich with his 5th home run, thing was a beauty.
Here's Yelich on the first pitch. Way back, right center. And this one's going to fly way out of here. 2-run home run for Yelich.
And I know I've talked a lot about the Seattle Mariners in the last week, but there's one player that I have not mentioned, and that's Daniel Vogelbach. I remember his first home run last year. The dude hit a 450-foot shot. I just thought, wow, this dude has a lot of power. Yesterday, he had 2 home runs that were estimated at 830 feet combined total. So this dude hits the ball a long way. I wanted to go ahead and show them real quick because I think a lot of you don't know who this player is, but now you do.
Oh!
Alright guys, so before I wrap up today's MLB recap, someone pretty much called me out in my comment section yesterday for not talking about the San Francisco Giants. I don't dislike the San Francisco Giants. A lot of my best friends are Giants fans, but when you lose 3-0 to the Rays and you're 3-7 on the season and Buster Posey and Madison Bumgarner are really your only star players, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about. So I'm not hating, there's just, you got to give me something to talk about, right? And then last but not least, I did want to shout out one player who is playing pretty good right now, and I can say this because I just saw him play in a series against the Indians. Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, the infielder for the Toronto Blue Jays. I know you Blue Jays fans don't have a lot to look forward to until Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets called up, but Freddie Galvis, he's playing well right now. 3 home runs, a .324 batting average. Keep it up, man. You're doing great. Like I said, guys, there was a ton of drama in today's video. We saw a 3 home run game off the bat of Scary Gary. We saw Derek Dietrich go against the entire Pirates team along with Yasiel Puig. We've seen a lot of stuff in today's recap, so if you did enjoy, make sure you slap a like on this one. Subscribe because we are on the road to 100K. I'm still kind of taken back by the fact that we're almost at 100,000 subs, but man, it's a surreal experience. Thank you all so much for your support. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.